Hey guys, thank you so much for asking me to speak at regionals. I'm really bummed out that I'm not going to be able to be there because I wanted to meet so many amazing leaders. I just want to quickly recognize the students from Stony Creek and their amazing leader, Mrs. Case. Stony Creek has worked on a few projects now with the Caleb White Project, and they're just a really impressive and amazing group. So thank you, Stony Creek. So, my name's Caleb White. I'm 16 years old, and I'm the founder of the Caleb White Project. The Caleb White Project is a twofold nonprofit. So, we help the less fortunate living in and around the area of Detroit, and we're also very passionate about youth leadership and getting young people involved in volunteerism. I have a youth advisory board made up of 11 kids, all under the age of 18, who do an incredible job of running events with me. It's not that we don't like adults. We do. It's just that sometimes they slow us down. Like trying to explain a hashtag takes a good portion of our meetings with adults. When I was 6 years old, I saw a homeless man for the first time, and I immediately wanted to build him a house. My mom, who has always been my biggest fan, gently reminded me that I didn't know how to build. The conversation could have ended there. Or my mom could have used that man's situation to teach me about the importance of staying in school or not trying drugs. She could have imposed a number of stereotypes that my 6-year-old ears had never heard before. Instead, she chose to foster empathy. She challenged me to think of another way to help this man. So, I scaled it back a little bit, and I decided to collect items that would help the man get through the winter months outside. I reached out to family and asked for donations of hats, gloves, food, things like that, and they delivered. So just before the holidays, I hit the streets of Detroit with my parents and my 10 boxes of supplies, and the Homeless Project was born. Now, I always say that everything big starts somewhere small. Since that day, at 6 years old, the Caleb White Project has grown. We now hand out more than 250 boxes each Christmas. We host an annual back-to-school party for hundreds of underprivileged kids to come get free haircuts, manicures, school clothes, and backpacks full of supplies. We've put 10 libraries inside of 10 homeless shelters. We've renovated a men's treatment facility. There are too many projects to mention. But if you ask anybody at the CWP what their favorite project is, they'll tell you that it's game night at the shelter. I learned that the kids living in the homeless shelters have a 4:30 curfew, which means they can't play sports, they can't go to a friend's house, and they can't do all the fun things that we take for granted. They're missing out on a big part of their childhood, and I wanted to find a way to change it. So after talking with the director of the shelter and finding out that the curfew was for safety reasons, I said, all right, then I'll bring the friends to them. So now, each month, I take pizza, pop, board games, and friends down to the shelter, and we spend our Saturday night playing games together. Game night has become one of my favorite nights of the month. It's a night where nothing else matters. It doesn't matter where you come from, what color you are, what kind of shoes you have on. The only real heated discussion at game night is how many properties it's going to take to trade for Boardwalk and Monopoly. And the only sadness felt is when it's time to leave. I want to leave you with this. You can't go wrong when you foster empathy in young people. Kids see the world differently. We aren't born with stereotypes. And if kids are encouraged to simply help in the best ways that we know how, we will do great things. Thank you so much.